Welcome in, guys. Today we're talking the Human Torch because this is an insanely powerful legendary creature coming with the Marvel superhero set, and I'm extremely excited for it. So we are going to be breaking down the cards that you must have included in this set. Of course, we're going to be casting non-creature spells in this deck because of its top ability here, that if you cast a non-creature spell, Human Torch gains flying, double strike, and haste until the end of turn. So we're going to be having a lot of non-creature spells in this deck. And then also, we've got some other value cards that when you cast non-creature spells, you get an additional value. Then we're going to be buffing up the Human Torch because of his bottom ability here, that whenever Human Torch attacks, you may pay a red, green, white, and a blue. And if you do until the end of turn, whenever he deals combat damage to an opponent, he deals that much damage to each other opponent. So we want to be buffing up Human Torch as a Voltron, but also then that damage is going through to our other opponents. And then we've got some flipping juicy finishers to finish off this deck tech. There are going to be 27 cards, and let's get into them. As we get into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we've just surpassed 1,000 subscribers and we're on the road to 5,000, which is a huge milestone for this channel. So if you want to see more Marvel content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it then. So our first card on the list is going to be Bira Riptide Rogue, who is a 2 blue and a red legendary creature. 3/3 base power and toughness, which isn't bad. And it's got prowess, which says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. Now other creatures you control also have prowess, which is really great. But then this bottom ability here is exactly why this card made the cut, because whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. So now we're giving the Human Torch unblockable, so we're definitely getting through with all of that double strike damage, which means it's great for your Voltron, but then also all of your other opponents are getting dealt that damage as well, which is exactly why we also want this bad boy here, who's an Elder Dragon. I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce his name because I'm just going to butcher it. So this Elder Dragon here is quite expensive to put down, but you do get a 5/5 body with flying, vigilance, and war 2. And then whenever this creature enters, I really like the fact it has this ETB because you're getting value straight away. And then whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature gets +1/+0 until the end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. So again, just like Bira here, you're giving Human Torch unblockable, which is extremely powerful for this deck. And the final creature you want to give, in this deck to give Human Torch unblockable is Invisible Woman, which is very thematic, obviously, because she is a human hero for a 3-drop, which is pretty cheap, and you're getting a 3/3 here. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast a non-creature spell this turn, create a 0/3 colorless wall creature token with defender and reach, so you're getting a blocker down, which is really valuable. And then whenever you attack, you may pay the same colors as you can do on Human Torch, and then when you do, target creature gets +1/+0 until the end of turn for each creature you control. So you're really going to be buffing up the Human Torch, and then it can't be blocked this turn. I can't tell you how valuable giving Human Torch unblockable is. We're just about to get to some non-creature spells that are really going to buff up the Human Torch, along with having some hero value. We've got a hero here. We are going to have some hero value synergy in this deck as well. So let's get into the next card to have in this list. For a 3-drop, you get this enchantment that whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1. If you do, tap target creature an opponent controls, and it doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So you're putting a stun counter on it, basically. And yeah, this is extremely good because if you did give Human Torch flying, and perhaps you're sending it someone's way, and they do have that annoying, perhaps 1/1 bird creature with flying, then guess what? When you cast your non-creature spell, you're going to be able to pay 1 and tap that annoying blocker and get through with that double strike damage, which is really good. Then we've got Hermes, Overseer of Ellipse, who says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, get to create a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying and vigilance. That is just so good. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, that can be on your opponent's turns, that can be on your turn. Yeah, you're getting that 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying and vigilance. That's really great. And then whenever you attack with one or more birds, scry 2. Okay, so there's not going to be a lot of bird synergy in this deck, but it's still nice to have. You cast a couple of non-creature spells, you swing out with them, you're getting that scry value as well. Then we've got this bad boy, the Master Wizard, who is a 3-drop, and at the beginning of your end step, if you've cast a non-creature spell this turn, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. For each card type among non-creature spells you've cast this turn, you may put a card from among the revealed cards into your hand, put the rest into the bottom of your library in a random order. Yes, so this is basically a bit of card selection and card draw, even though it doesn't say draw, so you won't get any draw triggers, but you are getting to basically draw cards from your library into your hand if they match the same card type of a non-creature spell that you've cast this turn. So that is great to have in this deck. Then we've got Seeker of Insight, who is a 2-drop creature human wizard. Some more card draw here, so you get to tap it and draw a card, then discard a card and activate this ability only if you've cast a non-creature spell this turn. And then Mr. Fantastic is our next hero, who's a 3-drop, who has Vigilance and Reach, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast a non-creature spell this turn, draw a card. So again, more card draw, and you can get to pay these colors again, and then tap him and copy target triggered ability you control twice. You may choose new targets for the copies. Now, you could copy Human Torch's ability here twice. You would have to pay the mana twice, but if you did do that, that bottom ability there, you're going to be able to deal that much additional damage to each opponent 2 more times, which potentially could be an insane win con. So with Mr. Fantastic down, you do have, if you have a lot of mana on the battlefield, you do have some kind of funky win con by combining these 2 cards. Then we've got 2 more cards here before we get into that hero synergy, which I've been talking about. So the first card we've got is Jeskai Ascendancy, which is this 3-drop enchantment that says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn, and you get to untap those creatures. And then whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So this is great value, and I like the fact that you can do this at instant speed. So let's say let's just say your opponents are attacking you and you're tapped out. Guess what? You cast an instant, you get to untap all of your creatures, give them +1/+1, and then do that draw card or discard a card. For a 3-drop, this is great value for this deck. And this final card before we talk about this hero synergy says that whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get to create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. Ta-da! Then, if 4 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, draw 2 cards, which is insanely good. And then if 8 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, sacrifice this and it deals that much damage to each opponent. Now, we don't really have that many cards dealing with 8 mana value, but we do for 4, so that card draw could be very, very handy in this deck. Now, I've shown you quite a few heroes, and I like the fact that this is also giving you the 1/1 colorless hero creature tokens whenever you cast that non-creature spell, because Captain America Super Soldier is definitely going to be in this deck. So Captain America enters with a shield counter on him, and then as long as Captain America has a shield counter on him, you and other heroes you control have hexproof. Yes, so all of your heroes that we've spoken about so far have now all got hexproof because of Captain America Super Soldier. This is a great include to have in our deck. Now we're getting into our equipments. So these equipments are going to be buffing up Human Torch and also going to be generating us some more heroes. As you can see here, when this equipment enters, because of job select, you get to create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token and attach it to this. And then whenever equipped creature has, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +2/+0 until the end of turn and is a wizard in addition to its other types, and then you get to equip 3. So you could just equip this to Human Torch, or you could keep him on this 1/1 hero here. It's completely up to you, and it's the same one for this next card, but who also has job select that says whenever equipment enters, you get to create this 1/1 hero and attach it to it. And then equipped creature is a wizard in addition to its other types, and has, whenever you cast a non-creature spell and whenever you draw your 3rd card on each turn, puts a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and equip cost is 2 here. So this is quite low to the ground, equip of 2 and only being a 2-drop, and that +1/+1 counter isn't permanent until the end of turn, just putting a +1/+1 counter on this colorless hero, or if you attach it to Human Torch, on Human Torch. Now let's get into some big boys here, because Excalibur, you've probably seen this before, but this 12 drop is insanely good, but we're never really paying the 12 for it because this spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of a historic permanence you control, and then yeah, equipped creature gets +10/+0 and has vigilance. Yeah, attaching it to a legendary creature for 2 is insanely cheap as well. Yeah, imagine this flying double strike with haste, Human Torch as a Voltron. You've given it unblockable. Yeah, you're gonna win the game with just having Excalibur on Human Torch, and then you're dealing all of that damage to all of your opponents. Yeah, you're going to be the threat of the table, especially with this card as well. I love this card. Equipped creature gets 6/6/6, and then whenever equipped creature attacks, destroy target permanent. Okay, it is quite expensive, 6 and a 6 equip, but at the end of the day, you're getting some insanely good value from giving it +6/6 and destroying some annoying permanents. Perhaps there's something shutting you down, an enchantment or an artifact that's shutting your deck down, or just an annoying big creature that keeps blocking you. So yeah, being able to destroy target permanent is so flipping good. Ultimate weapon is also flipping amazing, this Final Fantasy card. I always bring this up when I have an equipment deck, because equipped creature, whenever it attacks, you get to destroy target creature an opponent controls, and it gets +7/+7. Yeah, combining some of these, this Voltron commander is looking threatening as hell. Okay, so there were some of our best equipments. Now we're going to be getting into some just quick instant speed buff ups for Human Torch, because you want to be casting things very quickly, very low to the ground. You want to be casting non-creature spells, that is, very quickly, very low to the ground, and buff him up so that when you're dealing that double strike damage, you're dealing even more damage. So these next few cards will fly through them, and yeah, they're all going to be buffing up the Human Torch. So this one is target creature gets +4/+2 until the end of turn and gains trample, insanely good. Giant Growth gives +3/+3 until the end of turn, target creature. Same for this. Brute Force gives a target creature +3/+3 until the end of turn. This is a 1-drop. Groundswell +2/+2 until the end of turn, or it has landfall, and if you land enter the battlefield under your control this turn, yeah, it's +4/+4 instead until the end of turn, which is, for a 1-drop, is so flipping good at instant speed. Then Tifa's Limit Break is a 1-drop as well, but I like this card particularly because you get to pay more into it and get even more value. So the +2/+2 is at 0. Then if you pay 2 into it, you get to double target creature's power and toughness until the end of turn. And then if you pay 7 mana into it, triple target creature's power and toughness until the end of turn. Triple it. Flipping heck. Imagine that. You're paying 8 mana in total, and you're tripling target creature's power and toughness. That is so flipping good. Yeah. Then Bulk Up is a 2-drop, double target creature's power until the end of turn, and it has Flashback, which I really love, because if you did have the mana, you could pay it and then pay it again at a flashback cost, and you get to double the double. So you're getting even more, buffing up Human Torch even more. And now we're getting into our endgame finishers, the cards that you want to have in this deck to just make sure that you're 100% going to be seeing out the games. And our first one is this Kides Emberclaw Familiar, who's only a 2-drop, and it says whenever a commander you control deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. So it's basically doing what Human Torch does already, even though you have to pay for Human Torch's ability. Kides here is giving you that for free just by having him for 2 mana. Well, not for free, then you're paying 2 mana, but for 2 mana you're getting that ability every single time. And guess what, if you pay into Human Torches, that is going to just double, so you're dealing the double amount of damage to each opponent whenever you deal combat damage. I love this. This will see you games out for sure. So we'll full Chandra's Ignition. Ah man, this is a sick card. For a 5-drop, you're getting target creature control, deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and each opponent. You're getting a bloody good board wipe here, and then yeah, each opponent as well. Late game, this will see you wins, especially if you've got some of that equipment attached to Human Torch. Yeah, it's a really great value piece in this deck. Fiery Emancipation, well, yeah, you're basically tripling all damage that will be dealt to a permanent or player. Imagine this, right? Human Torch swings out, deals combat damage, bang, it triples. So that's instantly winning. Commander damage, getting someone out, and then it deals. Then you've got this on the battlefield, and you pay into Human Torch's ability, and you're dealing triple, and you're doing it twice. Oh my god, this could go so flipping hard. Yeah, I love Fire Emancipation. Whenever I'm doing aggro heavy decks and I want to deal a lot of damage, Fire Emancipation is a must-have include. Full Throttle is giving you 2 additional combat phases. I mean, hell yeah, you want combat phases. So getting 2 additional ones with Full Throttle is just a no flipping brainer. And our final one is Seize the Day, which is a 4-drop, and you get to untap target creature. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional Blinking Exam, followed by an additional main phase, and it gets this flashback for just 3. So you could do that again on your main phase, on your second main phase, third main phase. Yeah, this is a game ender, and I absolutely love Human Torch as a commander. If you want to see a full deck tech around the Human Torch, then just let me know and I will do my best to get one out for you. And if you do want to see more Marvel content, then make sure to hit that subscribe button for all of the latest updates, all of the insanely good commander choices and cards to go in your commander decks, because that's what we do here at Universes Beyond. And if you like the sound of that, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out, guys.